Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys today? I am here with you today to bring you this really fun card. This is what we are going to be working on today. Isn't it cool? We're using the Nature's Prints bundle this week, and this is our card. It's a hello there card, and I just think it turned out so pretty. I call it Shades of Blue, and I think it's just a beautiful card. So we're going to be using the Sun Prints Designer Series paper, which is beautiful, and I'll be using that throughout the week on all the different projects. So definitely check out the other projects. You can check out my blog at inkyhandswarmhearts.com. I do blog there on a daily basis. I do take Saturdays off, and I do sometimes post more than once a day when I do blog hops and things like that. But definitely check out my blog. It's linked in the description below. I am looking forward to working on this card with you guys today and all the projects for the week. I do many projects with one stamp set or bundle, so please come back to my channel and see all the different things that I do use and do with the different products that I talk about. So today we're going to be using, like I said, the Nature's Prints bundle. It is dies and a stamp set, and then I paired it with this Painted Posies designer series paper. I mean, not designer series paper, embossing folder, excuse me. You can see it back here on this light blue, on the balmy blue. I just thought it gave a really pretty background to that color, and so I added it there, also stamped on it. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to move these out of the way and we can start working on our project. Okay, let's see. We're going to start with a base, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and it is our Whisper White cardstock, or Basic White cardstock, excuse me. I'm still stuck on Whisper White from all the years. So we're going to use a bone folder here, and we're going to burnish that. So we are also going to use some Night of Navy cardstock and Balmy Blue. Those are the other colors that we are using. And this piece of Night of Navy is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And it is going to be the matte in the back right here. But before we do that, we want to add all of our layers. So we're going to add our Balmy Blue. I have already embossed that. So I did it twice. I put it in the embossing folder right here at the top, and then I did it again at the bottom. I wanted to have that really pretty background. I wanted that on there. I just thought it would look really good. And so this is going to get attached onto here, and this is a piece of 5 1/8 by 3 7/8 of Balmy Blue. And then we're adding a piece of designer series paper on the side right here, and this is from the Sun Prints. Isn't it pretty? This is what the back looks like. We're going to use this one tomorrow. So this is going to go right there, and then it's going to get layered on top of this piece. I also am going to put a ribbon, and this is a piece of 6 1/2 inch. It's our white glittered ribbon. It's beautiful, and I love the iridescence in it. Let me see if I can get you to catch that in the light. It's super pretty. All right, and then we have a couple things. I cut a wreath, and I only needed half of it. So in here we have the wreath, and I only needed a piece of it. So that's that piece that I'm going to use today. And then I used some smaller pieces that are part of the dies. So we have these longer kind of floral leafy pieces. So I did one in navy and one in basic white, and I just used scraps for these. And then with the small one, I did the same thing, one in navy and one in white. And then of course our label, which is part of this set, is gorgeous. There it is right there. And so I stamped the hello there in Night of Navy, and then I put my label over the top, and you can see the details. I'm going to hold it up. See that indentation it does all the way around? It's so pretty. So definitely check that out. And then of course I stamped this leaf, which is part of the stamp set. It's this one right here. I stamped that, and then I cut that out with the dies. So here's all of our parts and pieces. So let's go ahead and assemble our card. And I will show you what we're doing. So we're going to use a little bit of wet adhesive. When I use that, I like to use my silicone mat. So we're going to start with that. I'm going to attach this piece of designer series paper to the card. And I do like to use the wet adhesive because I think it works really good when you have anything embossed that has those little divots. I call them nooks and crannies. I'm going to grab my tweezer because I don't like getting glue on my hands. So let me grab that out of my drawer. We're going to attach this onto this side right here of the Balmy Blue right to the edge. And then I'm going to double check that I didn't cut it too long. I probably did because I tend to err on the side of caution and give it a little extra because you can always cut it off, but you can't glue it back. So let's see. Very slight amount, but it's there. Trim that off, make sure there's none at the bottom. All right, so 2 hairline pieces. All right, and then I'm gonna layer this onto my Night of Navy piece. I'm also going to use, like I said, the wet adhesive because it has the nooks and crannies. All right, let's see. And that really helps it to glue down. It fits in those and adheres really nice. All right. I'm gonna grab my tweezer again just so I can grab it and then I can lift it once I have it up. Okay, so this is gonna get attached now onto the Night of Navy. I already gave you the dimensions for that. Okay, and I want you guys to know that you can save these videos. If you hit the share button, you can share it to Pinterest. So if you have a Pinterest board, you can throw my videos on a board there, and then when you're ready to work on your project, all you have to do is say, okay, I'm ready, and you can go to your Pinterest board and grab the one that you want to work on. Whereas if you try and find it on my channel, I do have quite a few videos. I record about 5 a week, so it's a little harder to find it, but they are searchable by the name of the stamp set. So if you know that, that helps. Okay, so we're going to attach this piece of the ribbon, and I want to attach it to the back. So I'm just going to hold it in place and flip it over. And then I'm going to put some of this seal adhesive on the back. And then I'm just going to press my ribbon to that, which will help right there to grab it and put it in place. All right, so now we can go ahead and attach it. I had to put that ribbon on there first, and so let's go ahead and attach that on there. I'm going to use the seal to put it on. So we'll attach that, make sure that I have this correct. Good. Didn't want to put it the wrong way. So we're going to go ahead and glue this down. We're going to have a 1/4 inch all the way. I mean, 1/8 of an inch all the way around. There we go. That looks good. All right, so there's the front of our card so far. Now we're going to build this little section right here. Okay. So I'm going to stamp the flower, if I can find it, here it is, in Night of Navy. We're going to do a little stamping there. So I'm going to kind of put that right there. I want that to show. So that's that. And on the inside, I'm going to do a little stamping. I'm going to do this little fern-like leaf and then the splatter. I love the splatter. It's super cool. So let's go ahead and open that up and get that done and out of the way, because that's it for stamping. Then we can just do all our gluing. So we're going to go ahead and attach and stamp our fern. So let's put that right here in this corner. And then the splatter, of course. Let's put that right down here. Looks good. And it'll dry a little lighter than it is right now, but I love that look. So let's just leave that to the side for a minute. Let me clean my stamps, and then we can move on. So to clean my stamps, I like to use this chamois. And because Night of Navy is so dark, I'm gonna grab a scrap piece of paper. I keep those on top of my desk. I basically cut up things that I printed that I don't need anymore, and I use those. So I'm just gonna stamp this like a bunch of times and try and take most of the ink off of it before I stick it in my chamois. And then it just makes it doesn't saturate it as much. Okay, so now I have that. I can toss that. All right. So now when I clean it, I don't put as much of that Night of Navy into my chamois. The chamois, you put water on it, and it's really awesome because it pulls that ink right into it, and you can actually touch it. It doesn't get on your hands. It's a great little cleaner, and I recommend it if you don't have one of those. It is linked in the description below, so you can check it out if you are interested in getting a chamois. I would love for you to be one of my customers. If you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. So this piece here is going to be lifted up off of the card. So because it is lifted, we are going to use some dimensionals on the back. So let's go ahead and add a few of those. I'm actually being quite generous with my dimensionals because I definitely want this piece to be stable. It's our big main focal piece. And so I will add plenty of dimensionals on there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our card back. And we're gonna place this in this general area right here. And then my hello there is also going to be lifted up as well. So we need to put dimensionals on the back of it. And we're going to use some ribbon. I'm going to show you that in a second. So I'm going to wait to put any in the middle. So the first thing that I want to do is figure out what flowers and things I want coming from this side. And you can see on this one on the side here, I have the two small pieces, the small white and the small navy right here. And then I have the longer navy piece right there. Okay, those are sticking out. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna lay those down. So this one's gonna go down, and then this one's gonna be in the middle, and then this one's gonna be at the top. And they kind of form like a little, I don't know how to explain it, but kind of a little floral bundle. And so then I'm gonna put my dimensional on top. Well, I'm gonna try. This one didn't wanna cooperate. Let's stick it back in there. All right, so now I'm gonna put my dimensional on top, and then that's gonna hold those into place. So see how awesome that is? I think so. So that's what that piece is gonna look like right there. And then on the other side, I have a white one that's coming off from this side right here. So I'm gonna take a small dimensional and I'm gonna put it on the white one, just like that, to hold it in place. So see, now that's what I have so far. I think this blue one needs to be a little longer. It needs to be down a little farther. So let me lift that out of there if I can. There we go. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it a little farther down. Come here, dimensional, work with me. Yeah, it was sticking out too far. There we go. That's much better. All right, so that's what we have now. It fit, whoops. Okay, I need another dimensional because I have played with this one way too much. Let me grab my dimensionals and we'll put a new one. One that has some stickum. That one's wore out. Okay. There we go. It's gonna be one of those videos where I'm making mistake after mistake, I think. You guys don't mind. Oh my gosh, I'm usually not this crazy. Okay, let's put another one. Guys, don't do what I did. Just do what I end up with. Do my ending results. cannot get these to stick. Let me start over. Oh my gosh. Okay, rewind. Pretend I didn't do it. Oh Lord, if nothing until it shows you how human I am. That's for sure. Okay. Let's try again. This one's going to be shorter. Then this one's going to be sticking out right here. And then this one is going to be at the top, like this. I'm happy with the placement. Make sure that that one's over enough. Okay. Now we're going to get one large dimensional. And I really did this last time and it worked. And I'm going to hold that down. I'm going to put an extra small one on that one side though, where the blue is, where that blue one is. Okay, so now, there we go. Oh my goodness, Crazyville. Okay, so that's going to go like that. But before I do that, I have to put this wreath section right down here. I'm going to trim around it. And I think I want that bud right there. And just make sure that the end is in there. So we're going to glue this down right onto this. So I'm going to use my wet glue. I'm going to use my silicone mat. And we're going to put this down. Sorry guys for all the craziness. At least, you know, life's never dull when you hang out with me. And since I don't edit my videos, you get me in all my glory. All my glory. Mistakes and all. But at least when I make mistakes, it tells you what to do, not to do, right? Oh boy. All right. So I'm gonna place that out here. I definitely want that to stick out and show. So let's press that down. Looks great right there. Okay. Now, when we put this piece up here, it's gonna look beautiful. And then our hello right here. Oh, I love that. So let's go ahead and attach our this piece on now that we've glued our flower down. So I'm just gonna grab my take your pick tool. That's what I like to use to pull the backs off of my dimensionals. So I'm gonna pierce in and lift. And that's how I get the backs. And then once I have plenty of them on there, I kind of grab them and throw them. Let's go ahead. And we will put this piece up here. Oh, it's such a beautiful, this stamp set is so beautiful. Okay, so there's our large flower. And so this is gonna go here, but before we put it, we wanna do this ribbon. I'm gonna show you how to do that. It's a really cool trick, which is why I didn't cut the ribbon, and I can't tell you the length. It's just gonna be different every time. So this is the Starry Sky 1/8 of an inch metallic woven ribbon, and it is really pretty and sparkly. As you can see here, I'm going to hold this up. You can see all the beautiful sparkle. So what I do is I put it in my hand and I wind it around about 4 times, okay? And then what I do with that is I snip the end. Okay, and then I take it, and the end that I snipped, I go ahead and pull it off of my hand, and I hold the loops together. And this end that's hanging, I wrap it around, and then I make a loop. When it comes around, I slide that end through that loop, okay? And then that makes a little knot. Okay, I think it does. It's going to be one of those days for me, I think. Okay, let's try that again. Woo. I wrap it around 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And then I squeeze them together. I can't believe that anything that can go wrong is going wrong for me today. All right, so I make that, and that little loop that's there, I go ahead and put my ribbon through it and tie it in a knot. So that forms a little knot there, okay? And I pull that tight there. It worked this time. I don't know what happened last time. So it goes through that knot there. And then I have this really pretty bow with all these pretty loops, especially with thin twine and things like that. This looks awesome. Okay, so then this is gonna go down here, and then this is gonna go over the top of it. You see that? Yeah, pretty awesome. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get a dimensional, and I'm gonna put it down there, and I'm gonna hold it in place with the dimensional because, you know, dimensionals are awesome and they work really good for stuff like this. I'm also going to put another one right here. I'm going to do 3, which is why I didn't put any anything in the middle right here, because the dimensionals were going to take that spot for me. So that holds my ribbon down, okay? And now I can fluff it. Once I have my piece over the top, I can fluff my ribbon and pull on it and all that good stuff. But first I want to stick it down. Now I'm going to lift those 3 dimensionals, and then I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to pull the backs off of these dimensionals. I might put a big one on here because, or another small one. That wiggled a little when I pulled it. I just want to make sure it's nice and secure. I am an overuser of dimensionals, and I know it, but I love them, and they do a good job for me. Okay, so now that I have them off the back, we're gonna go ahead and stick our hello there, right in the center. And once it's in place, we can fluff our ribbon, make sure our loops are separated. This one too. It's so pretty. I love this ribbon. Such a beautiful ribbon. And then there is that. Now we're gonna add our finishing touch. Sorry, this video is taking forever because obviously I keep making mistakes. Oh boy. We're gonna use the classic matte dots. They come in white, vanilla, the gray, and the black. We're gonna use the white ones today. I'm gonna use the other side of my Take Your Pick tool where the putty is. And I'm gonna grab 2 small and a large. So let's grab the large one first, right there. And then 2 babies. They're so cute. Put one over here on this dark blue where you can really see it good. And then we'll put one down here. How about right there? And I really love that white pop on the blues. I think this card is super fun. It's easy. And I hope that you will make it. Thanks for watching. I'm really grateful to have you with me. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. If you don't subscribe, please do that. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. I would appreciate a thumbs up. And thanks for being here. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching all the way through. I have plenty of videos for you guys to watch, and definitely hit me up if you have any questions. If you need a catalog, don't forget it's Celebration and you can earn free products with purchase. So if you have any questions with that, let me know. There's also information on that linked in the description below, and thank you for being here. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!